Hey everybody, what's going on? Obviously, by me making this video, I survived the hurricane. And one of the interesting things about my experience was lessons to be learned. Um, a lot of people make fantastic claims and fantastic stories about their storm experience. I'm going to give you mine. Now, we'll go into intent. The intent was I was going to stay in my house and I was going to ride the storm out, and it wasn't going to be any big deal at all. They gave out mandatory evacuation orders, and on top of that, they came door to door asking you for information on your next of kin, which completely creeped me out. And then the fire department came by with bullhorns and sirens saying they're going to close the island. And that still didn't deter me. I was like, ah, fuck this. This is bullshit. I'm not listening to these people. Blah, 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 blah. So the storm starts coming in. I'm having a couple beers, and I got a alert on my radio that tornadoes were touching down. Uh, at that moment, I immediately regretted the decision to stay. It was just like that. One, two, three. I guess you'd call it an epiphany. And the epiphany was, what the fuck was I thinking? The wind was insane. The flooding was just out of control. So I bugged out. I bailed. I was like, peace, chicken grease. I'm out of here. Nothing is worth your own life. So it brings me to one of the things I always criticize is the need for the old bug out bag. Uh, when things get crazy and it's crunch time, you make a short list. What's important to you? Anything in this world can be replaced, uh, except yourself, your loved ones, your pets. Uh, so I'll put together my bug out bag, what I took. Now I'll give it to you. I had all of 3 minutes after I made the decision to leave. It was just getting too crazy here. Uh, and I was like, I'm going to take the opportunity to leave while I can and go to higher ground. So I grabbed this bag. I actually got this bag for free, an Old Navy bag. What did I put in the bag? I took my wallet. I took some extra cash. I took my cat. And I took some cat food, and I took a handgun. Um, that was my short list. Nothing in this house was as important as my life, the life of my pet. I didn't care if the whole place washed away. I didn't take a 50-pound bug out bag with me. I just split. I always keep enough cash. If you have to do something, I guess my father taught me that when I was little. He's like, a lot of times things happen in your life. You should always keep some cash in the house for emergencies like bail or the hospital, something like that. And I always heeded that. I always listened to that. And I took my corny wallet with some cash, a small handgun, and cat food and cat treats and anything I would need. And I actually went to my parents' house. They live much further inland than I do. So that's what I did, and that was my hurricane experience. I think if I could ever give you any advice, I'm always full of advice, I know that, but if I could ever give you any advice, when you're told to evacuate, evacuate. And it took me 3 days to get back home. I couldn't get back in. The National Guard was here, and police were here, and they closed off the entire area. I guess for looting or safety purposes. I have no idea. It was a big drag. It was really uncomfortable. It was really uncool. But I walked away from it alive, and I'm cool about that. And when I got back home, everything was fine. So, on another note, let's get back to beer reviews. This is one of the beer reviews I've been wanting to do for a while. This is Budweiser American Ale. Well, all Budweiser beer is American beer, even though it's owned by a South African company. I guess we'll call it American. In this case, I guess they're trying to throw their hat into the ring for a microbrew style beer. It says Budweiser defines a new style of ale, the American ale, created by Anheuser-Busch brewmasters to deliver a robust ale that tastes like a full-bodied, not too heavy, blah blah blah. So let's check it out and see what this is all about. Look at this. This is amazing. It's not a screw top. Give it a sniff. This actually smells really good. It smells like, and look at the bottle. The bottle's kind of funky too. It's actually this is it feels good in the hand. It's actually a decent bottle, if that means anything. A lot of times you get a decent bottle and the beer inside is worth less than the bottle. So let's pour it out, see what we have. It smells kind of caramelly. Caramelly? Is that a word? Caramelly? Smells like caramel. Caramel and hops. You can see it's a dark beer. Not dark like black like Guinness. It's a I guess you'd say amber. And it smells a little bit. It says on the 6-pack holder, it says that it has aromas of citrus and caramel. I can definitely smell that. Let's give it a taste of Rooney here. Wow. I'm actually shocked that Budweiser produced a beer like this. I honestly love it. And not too many beers get me all jazzed up. This is really good. Very hoppy taste to it. Taste that caramel. You smell that citrus. I know it sounds like a fucking wine commercial, but this is actually a really good beer. I think I paid $5.55. Nah, that couldn't be right. I think $6.55 is what I paid for it. And I really never liked Budweiser. I always liked Michelob. For like, when I'm pounding beers, and that was back in my college days, but I've walked away from Budweiser for so long, and I gotta say, I actually truly love this beer. What a great beer. I would actually highly recommend it. I can't believe me endorsing a Budweiser product. I can't believe that's coming out of my mouth. Just, when I get a Bud in my hand, it's just like, the first thing I think of is like, wow, really? You're that fucking cheap? So, if I could ever make a recommendation about beers, well, and life's lessons learned. When they tell you to evacuate, evacuate. And when you evacuate, get yourself some American ale. At least it'll numb the pain of thinking your house is going to float into the water for the next 3 days. Later, guys. Peace.